So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this YouTube video. My name is Iman Gadzhi. I actually run an advertising agency called IG Media. We've worked with some very cool clients such as Avare, Iconic, Motivate Design, Aura Ring, and the list goes on and on. In fact, if you are in an e-commerce business or an info product business, link down below, schedule in a 15-minute demo call with us, and we'd love to help you out. But anyways, enough with the sales pitch. I also run a company called Gradency.com, which is the largest education company on earth for agency owners. We help agency owners making literally 100K a month. And we also help people probably such as yourself, if you've clicked on this video, who have no experience, have no money, and want to start an online business. And there's no better business out there that you can start than SMMA. Now, SMMA basically just means social media marketing agency. Now, I've had my agency for almost 4 years at this point, and the reason that I got into SMMA was because it was a business that I was able to start with zero startup capital and no prior experience. And I want to get more nitty gritty. I want to get more tangible here and literally show you what I would do if I had literally zero or if I just had $10 that I could spare. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. How to start SMMA with $0. So in today's teaching, the self-limiting beliefs every beginner has, how to start on a shoestring budget, what to do if you literally have $0 to spend, how you can use $10 to go a long way, and how to start regardless of your experience level. So self-limiting beliefs and how to overcome them. Now, one thing I need you to understand is that perfection is paralysis. There's no perfect way to start an agency. I know so many agency owners, and I put that in quotation marks, who spend months putting together perfect websites, Instagram, Facebook pages, and even copywriting these incredible case studies, but never actually reach out to clients. That's why, I say agency owners, but really big quotation marks there, because there's a big difference between having an agency and being an actual agency owner. So as I said, you might be going, look, I don't know where to start. And to perfectly depict this is Steve Jobs in front of his garage. And this on the right-hand side, well, that is the Apple headquarters. So I think that should really prove the point that you can make something big, you can make something huge off of very small starts. So just look at my agency. I've been able to get my agency to 6-figure months profit. That means 100K profit in a single month for my agency. Now, currently as it stands, that's not consistent every single month, but we're in that territory. Now, even to this day, I still have 85 to 90% margins with my agency. It's just me, one full-time employee, and one, I guess you could say, he's still full-time, but part-time for the agency specifically. So it's basically me and 1 1/3 team member and very minimal software costs. There's not too many softwares that you need when you have an agency owner. So even to this day, it's still a very lean and efficient business model. But back in the day, I had no money to start. I was in your exact position. So very small beginnings can lead to very prosperous futures. So let's get back into training. Next thing you might be saying is, well, I have no money. We'll come on to this in a second, but there's an image I want to share with you first. This is me when I was first starting my agency. And what this is a place called Brixton Bookmongers in London. Now, Brixton Bookmongers is definitely my favorite bookstore in London because I have so many memories there, because I literally spend every single Sunday there. And the main reason is because at Brixton Bookmongers, you could get books at Waterstones that you could get for £15. You could get Brixton Bookmongers for £2.50 or £1 or 50 pence. And the reason I say that is because I couldn't afford books. When I started my agency, I could not afford to pay for books. Instead, what I had to do was I had to travel 45 minutes on the bus, and I would go on the bus because, at that age in the UK at least, you get a free bus transport. So I would do 2 changeovers, and I would go on the bus every single Sunday without fail to Brixton Bookmongers. And sometimes I would sit down and I'd be in there for 3 hours and I'd basically read a book end to end, or at least for the most part, skim read it. And, every 2 weeks or so, I might reward myself with, 2 or 3 books totaling never more than £10. So the thing that I'm trying to get across here is I started this thing from zero. And every decision I made in my life was based on a budget. So I understand where you might be coming from. Now, once again, you might be saying, I have no experience. Well, this is 16-year-old me, and I can tell you I had no experience when I started my agency either. Now, you might be saying, I can't get clients in my country. None of my current clients are based in the UK, okay? You need to reach out via DM, via email, and speak via Zoom. Guys, be country agnostic. Use a .com, use Stripe to get paid, and you really can sign clients from anywhere in the world. In fact, even when I've had clients in the UK before, I still refuse to meet them in person. Because if you know anything about me, the way that I run my agency, and the way that the thousands of my students run their agency, is we have a boutique and very niche agency. I offer one service, and I offer it to only one, well, technically two kinds of clients, but they kind of fall under the same umbrella. My team is remote, and I run a very streamlined operation. So I have what I like to call a boutique agency. And my students, some of my students that are making even $10,000 a month, which I know to some of you guys may seem like such a ridiculous amount of money, but at least in the Grow Your Agency community, that's pretty standard, to be honest. So even someone doing only $10,000 a month, they're making more than most agency owners out there doing $50,000, $60,000 a month because they're doing $10,000 a month profit. So remember, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can sign clients and should be signing clients all across the globe, just as long as they speak your language. That's what I do, and that's what thousands of my students do as well. So getting started with literally $0. This is exactly what I do if I had to start with $0. Okay, all you do is you create a Gmail email. Okay, so as an example, blacklabmedia@gmail.com. And you create an Instagram, blacklabmedia, and then you create a .wix.com website, so blacklabmedia.wix.com. Then to communicate, I would use Zoom. Zoom has, I think, unlimited. If you're talking one-on-one with a client, unlimited runtime, so you can talk for as long as you want. If there's more than two people on the call, then it only runs for 45 minutes. Then you have to have paid Zoom. But realistically, you're going to be talking with a client one-on-one anyways. You use Stripe to get paid, and it costs $0. And you can also send your invoices directly from Stripe. Stripe only takes a percentage of your payments. So, for example, I think domestically it's only 1.4% they take. I think international is 2.9%. But my point is, look, if you're getting paid, if you're signing your first client for $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000 or hell, $5,000, do you really care that you're giving up 1.5 to 3%? No, not really. Then you use Facebook Business Manager to actually advertise and deliver the results for clients if you have a Facebook advertising agency. When I first started my agency, I actually was creating content for clients and then distributing it on their social platforms. If you guys want to learn more about how to run ads step-by-step for Facebook, I'm going to go ahead and leave a link in the description to my step-by-step Facebook ads training. That's here on YouTube. You don't need to opt in or anything like that. And yeah, you just create a very simple Instagram, just a very simple Facebook profile. And guys, this isn't gonna help you sign clients having a good Instagram or a good Facebook. What this will do is just really, you're just covering bases and making sure you look professional. You can see Black Lab Media. We help pet supply companies get customers through social media. Ladies and gentlemen, that's literally how you start with $0. You use the tools that you have out there that cost no money. Look, is it ideal that you have a .wix.com website? No, but when I first started, I had $0 website. In fact, I didn't even have an agency name. I got to $10,000 a month with no website, no agency name. I was just selling myself as like a service provider without even a name, no limited company or LLC or whatever, depending on where you are in the world. I was just a sole trader. I was just self-employed. I can speak from experience because I started with a shoestring budget. I started with nothing. Would I recommend it? Look, if that's what you have to do, then do it. But if you even have just $10 a month that you can spend, that goes so far. So look, don't spend that money on Chipotle. Spend that $10 wisely so you can make an extra 10, 15, 25, 50, hell, just even an extra $1,500 a month. Let's not even talk about the 10, 15, 20,000 mark. That, as I said, is very common in the Grow Your Agency community. Like just an extra $1,500 a month. That does so much for people. So invest that $10 a month running cost in something that will actually bring you a return. So I know this video says how to start with $0. I've shown you how to start with $0. Now I'm just gonna show you very quickly what I would do if you even just have $10 a month to spend. I would upgrade to a G Suite. Okay, you can use a GoDaddy or I prefer Google Domain just because it's easier than to set up with your G Suite. I think a domain on GoDaddy is $1 in your first year. On G Suite, it's $12 in your first year. So look, you're spending like $1 a month on your domain, right? That's $1. And once you have your domain, like let's say, for example, let's say you have blacklabmedia.com, then your G Suite would say your name. Like let's say your name is Sophia at blacklabmedia.com. It comes across so much more professional, and I strongly do recommend it. And with G Suite, now you've got your email. Obviously, you have the entire suite of tools. You've got your Google Sheets, you've got your Google Slides, you've got basically everything you could ever need. Another tool that I want to add in here is Loom, Loom. I've been using Loom for probably 2.5 years now. I've probably sent them 10,000 plus customers. They have a paid version, which is $10 a month, which you don't need. Loom Pro, you don't need it. I didn't even know that they had a pro version for a long time. For literally the first 18 months, I was just using their free version. With Loom, the awesome thing you can do, it's a Chrome extension. You literally just hit Loom, record, and you can record your screen, and that way you can send out audits, and you can send out proposals and video audits and video messages to prospective clients, where you can share your screen, show them what you do differently, show them their current advertising efforts, how you could build on it, or maybe their social media, how you could build on it, show them some of their competitors, etc., etc. So that's just another honorary mention I want to add there. The next thing is ClickFunnels. I mean, ClickFunnels really, like, I run half of my agency on that thing. I use ClickFunnels to build out all of my funnels, my onboarding funnel. In fact, I've even had my website on ClickFunnels before. Now, once again, because you've bought a GoDaddy domain or a G Suite domain, you can hook that up to your ClickFunnels. So although you use the drag and drop ClickFunnels builder, to build a website and build your onboarding funnel and stuff like that, it can still have your professional agency name on there. Now, I've gone ahead and provided you guys with a link. It's growagency.com/ClickFunnels free trial. The link is in the description. With that link specifically, you guys actually get a 14-day free trial. So once again, I strongly recommend that tool. Check it out for 14 days. And hey, within the next 2 weeks, if you watch this training and you watch other videos on my YouTube channel, you very well could have a client by that time. So the next thing I want to talk about is getting started with no experience. Guys, I want you to meet Jake. Now, Jake studies at university. He doesn't have time to find clients. And Jake is great at Facebook advertising. Jake doesn't really like selling clients or finding clients or just, being a business. Like, he doesn't want to be a business owner. He'd rather be like a freelancer or a contractor. And there's so many people like that. Now, I want you to meet your client, customcaller.com. Customcaller.com pays you $2,000 a month, and then you pay Jake $500 a month as a contractor. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I want to talk about the Expedia business model. This is something I've been talking about for years and years and years. I need you to understand that Expedia or Booking.com or whatever, they own 0 planes, they own 0 hotels, yet they make billions and billions and billions a year just by connecting the customer, the client, to the eventual product or service. I want you to use Airbnb and Uber as an example. Once again, when you get in an Uber doesn't own that car or doesn't employ that Uber driver, yet they take a substantial cut of that. And that's really what an agency is you are paying an agency, and then they have someone who actually delivers the services, whether we're talking like a 500 person full scale agency or a boutique agency like this. So when I actually got started, Danny, who now has been working full-time with me for 2 years, or actually he's been working full-time with me for 16 months. Prior to that, he was my contractor for 8 months. But I used to sign clients for $2,500 a month, for $4,000 a month. Hell, I even had a couple clients, even at that time, that I was signing for $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a month. And I used to pay Danny $700 a month per client. So to bring that back, let's say more to reality, you can sign a client out there for $1,500 a month and you pay your contractor $500 a month and you pocket the difference. You can do that, or you can just decide to run ads yourself. Or for example, with me, I'm really good at photo video. That's how I first got started with my agency 4 years ago, is I would do photo video for clients and then post on their social media and grow it. So it all depends on your style and your level of expertise. But my point is, whether you have 0 money, 0 experience, it doesn't matter. And the best part about, in this example, Jake, you sign that client for $1,500 a month, or let's say even $1,000 a month. That client pays you, and Jake only gets paid at the end of the month, but you should be charging the client at the beginning of the month. Once again, if you want to find out more information about this, I recommend down in the description, I'm going to leave my YouTube step-by-step training on how to build a social media marketing, as well as my YouTube Facebook ads step-by-step training. And between this video and those 2 resources, you should have everything you need to know without ever even giving me your email or opting into anything. So ladies and gentlemen, just do what I did. Now, these days, Danny gets paid very well. I mean, a little too well. These days he's making Apple engineer type income. But that's because I've grown my agency to the point where, as I said, we're hitting 100K months profit at times. So ladies and gentlemen, hopefully this has just rid you of any excuses you have. Now, today's action step is number 1. I want you to book in a call with my student integration managers, Max and Caden. There's going to be a link down in the description. You're going to be matched to either Max or Caden. Once again, they're both very, very busy helping students in the community, as well as talking to people who might be a good fit for Agency Incubator. So it'll be one or the other. So as I said, go ahead and book in a call with them to see whether you're a good fit to join thousands of other students in grow your agency. Next thing is I want you to go subscribe to the second channel. On the second channel, I've actually got 4 uploads a week. They're more long form content, and I actually do weekly giveaways on there. With this channel, I have to be a little bit more mindful of like SEO and stuff like that. On the second channel, I just talk and I talk and I talk and I give tons of value on there. And we get a lot more specific. In fact, I even do student interviews on there, 30-minute to 45-minute student interviews every single week, where I share people's journey and how they managed to sign their clients. The last thing is I want you to leave a comment with what you thought of the video. I'm giving away a coaching call for every 100 unique comments, and I'll keep the winners updated in the comments. Guys, I'm super busy with my businesses, so I can't give you a 1-hour coaching call, but let's just call it a 20-minute coaching call. I'll keep the comment section updated with the winners, as I said. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's really important. Go follow those action steps. Go check out the other videos I mentioned. Everything will be in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one.